Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Kuf Yud, Daf 110 of Masechta Pesachim. Yeah, what do you want me to tell you? Today's pretty abstract, just about pairs. Remember those pairs? Like not doing things in pairs? So that's basically what this Daf talks about. So let's start Daf Kuf Yud all the way at the top. Lo yaisit tzrochav trei. Okay? Person shouldn't have intercourse twice in a row. How come? Amai, why not? Nimlochu. After all, each one would be considered like a ander azach, like a separate one. So, Amr Abaye, Hachi Ka'amr. This is what it means. Lo yochal trei v'yishte trei v'lo yaiset tzrochav afilu pamachas l'machal sh'misra. Okay, so what it means is that you shouldn't first eat twice, or then drink twice, because then you'll have the whole two thing, which isn't so good. And then if you have intercourse after that, then maybe you'll get weakened from the intercourse, and then because you kind of did the drinking twice or the eating twice, it could become like a shtickle mess, and it won't work out so good. So, okay, be careful about eating twice and drinking twice in general. And then if you want to have intercourse afterwards, maybe take that into consideration. Maybe drink a little more or eat a little more or something. If a person drinks twice, ki'ilu, 2 cups of epis, so his blood is on his own head. You did it to yourself. Alright? Rav Yehuda says, wait, but when is that? That's only if you didn't go out to the market in between. So, if you drink 1 beer, and then you go out to the market, come back and have a second beer, so that would be considered 2 different inyanim. So they won't be mitzdarif. So you'll be okay. But if you go out to the shuk in between, so then it's okay. Okay, so Rav Ashi said that he saw that Rav Chananya Bar Bevai, he would go out to the market after every single cup that he would drink. Now, when we're concerned about drinking in pairs, so then that's only to go out traveling in a perilous situation. But if you're just hanging out at home, you could drink whatever you want, and it doesn't matter if it's even or odd. And going to sleep is like going out on a journey, and therefore, if you're going to drink before you go to sleep, make sure to drink in odd numbers. And Rav Papa says, in going to the bathroom also is like going out on a journey. Alright? Low, 1 second. Can you really just drink carefree in your house without counting how many cups you're drinking? Rava, when he was at home, he would count the beams in his house. So on the first cup he would count 1 beam, and then when he gets up to the second cup he would move over a beam, and the third cup he would move over another beam. That way he would keep track of what number cup he's up to. So Abaye kishasi chad kasa, and Abaye, when he would drink 1 cup of something, mankid le'ime trei kase, bitrei yade. So if he was drinking 1 cup, so immediately his mother, who as the Rashbam points out, as we've seen a number of times before, that Abaye, when his mother was pregnant with him, his father passed away, and when he was born, his mother passed away, so he was an orphan. So this mother is his nurse. So when he would drink 1 cup, so she would put a cup in each of his 2 hands to make sure that he wouldn't just drink 1 more cup, but he would drink 2 more cups, so that it would be an odd number. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak yavashasi trei kase, mankidle shamoy chad kasa mankidle trei kase, bitrei yade. Now Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, something similar. If he was drinking 2 cups, so then his attendant would give him a 3rd cup. If he was drinking 1 cup, his attendant would give him 2 more cups. Again, to maintain the an odd number of drinking. So now the question is, I thought we said that at home you could drink without considering numbers. So the Gemara answers, Adam Choshev Shiny, that an important person like Rava, Abaye, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, so that is an exception. So that's different, and they have to be careful even at home. Okay. Amr Ula Asara Koses and Boy Mishum Zugis. So Ula says that but once you get up to 10, at 10 you don't have to worry about Zugis anymore. If you want to drink 10 cups of water or something, don't worry about Zugis. Pairs. Ula the time Amr Ula. Now Ula is consistent with his reasoning that he says Varmilav Masnisas Tana. Some say it was a brisa. Asara Koses Tiknu Chacham Bevesa Avel. That there are 10 cups that the rabbis instituted to drink at the house of a mourner. And if it enters your mind to say that when you drink 10 cups of something, you have to be concerned about the demonic qualities of pairs of cups, well then, how could the rabbis possibly enact something that could be dangerous? So, therefore, it must be that 10 cups already is not particularly dangerous. However, but 8, you still have to be concerned about pairs. Rav Chisda Rabba bar Rav Huna Darmitavayu. Now, Rav Chisda and Rabba bar Rav Huna say, however, Shalom l'tov mitzdarif d'olah mitzdarif. That if you take a look at the Birkas Kohanim, Yivrechacha Hashem v'yishmerecha, that's 3. Yara Hashem panav elecha v'chuneka, that's 5 words. Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yosim l'cha shalom is 7 words. So they're saying that shalom, which is word number 7, so he's comparing that to like cup number 7. And what he's saying is shalom, peace. That cup number 7, it will join together with number 6 in order to make it an odd number, but it will not join together with cup number 8 to make it an even number, i.e. once you get up to 7 cups, so then you're kind of in the clear, because your 8th cup won't join with it, and it will join with the 6th one to make it an odd number. But you would still have to be concerned about drinking 6 cups of epis. Rabba Rav Yosef Damitavayu Vichuneka. Now Rabba and Rav Yosef say Vichuneka, which is, alright, Yar Hashem Panav Elecha Vichuneka. That's word number 5 in that phrase. So the Tov Mitzdarif, the Rola Mitzdarif, that now they again apply it to, in the same way they apply it to cups. So Kilu cup number 5 will join together with cup number 4 to make it an odd number, but will not join together with cup number 6 in order to make it an even number, i.e. 6 already you don't have to be concerned about Zugis. But by 4 cups you do have to be concerned about Zugis. Now Abai and Rava jump in and they say, well actually Yishmerecha is word number 3 in that phrase, and Abai and Rava are arguing that word number 3 / cup number 3 will join together with cup number 2 in order to make an odd number, but will not join together with cup number 4 to make an even number, i.e. 4 cups, you don't have to worry about Zugis. Now Rava is consistent with his reasoning, because we know that Rava, when the students would leave him, he would give them cups to drink, and he wouldn't be makbid if he gave people drink, even numbers, odd numbers. Rava bar Levi. Now, even though one time Rava bar Levi got damaged from drinking, I guess, an even number of cups, lo chashla the milsa, Rava wasn't concerned. The Amar that he said, ha'umishum the osvim befirka hava. That's because Rava bar Levi, he always asks me complicated questions and embarrasses me during the shir. So therefore, that's why he got damaged, not because of the zugis. Okay. All right, sounds good to me. Rav Yosef, Yosef Sheda. So Rav Yosef says that Yosef the demon told him. All right, Ashmadoi Malka the Shede Memunahu Alkulhu Zuge. Okay, that Ashmadai, the king of the demons, so he's in charge of all of this like pairs business. Umalka lo ikri mazik. Now the king doesn't get involved in the details, like, you know, I'm going to damage Yankele because he drank 2 cups of epis. So therefore, the point being that you don't really have to be too concerned about the Zugis thing. Alright? Ikidam to those who say, Ikidam to the Haigi, so those who say Taka the opposite. Adrabba, Malka Aschonu, my deboy of it. No, the king, what do you mean he doesn't care about the details? He's ruthless. He does whatever the heck he wants. Because we know that a king is allowed to break through a fence in order to make a road. I.e., he's beyond law in a certain sense. And therefore, you certainly do have to be concerned that Ashmadai, the king of the demons, who's in charge of the pears, might come after you. So, be careful. Always make sure to drink in odd numbers. Amar Rav Papa, Amar li Yosef Sheda. Rav Papa says that Yosef, the demon, told him, betray Katlinon, skip the next 3 words, that if you drink 2 cups, then we'll kill you. Ba'ba Mazkinon, that if you drink 4 cups, so then we'll damage you. Betray, Be'mshogig Be'mezid, now with 2, so whether you did it intentionally or unintentionally, watch out. Ba'ba Be'mezid and B'shogig lo. But if we're talking about 4 cups, so then only if you did it intentionally, we're gonna damage you, but by accident we won't damage you. Alright, sounds good to me. V'ishtali, now if you made a mistake, if you forgot v'ikri, and he drank an even number of cups, v'nafak, and he went out to travel, ma'takante. So what do? So listen up, it's important. Linkod zakva diyada dimine biyada desmoli, take your right thumb, put it in your left thumb, v'zakva desmoli biyada dimine, put your left thumb in your right thumb. I would demonstrate it, but my hands are occupied at the moment. But maybe try it out, not if you're driving. Akuponim. And then you say the following. Atun v'ana hatlasa. You and me, we're 3. Okay? Bishmile da'amar atun v'ana ha'arba. Now if you hear a voice, not your voice, some other demonic voice, or some voice that you just hear, and it says, you and I are 4, so nemele atun va'ana chamisha. So you respond, well, you and I are 5. Vishmele damar atun va'ana hashisa. And then if you hear, you and I are 6, nemele atun va'ana hashiva. Respond, you and I are 7. Havuvda admei v'chad ufakashida. There's a story where they got all the way up to 101, and then the demon simply exploded. Okay. Alright, remember that. It's going to be on the test at the end of Masechet Pesachim. Amr Meimar says, Meimar, Amr li Rishtani dinoshim kashfanios. So Meimar says that the madam of the sorceresses, so she told me. Okay. Haman de pagabu binoshim kashfanios. So if you have a fellow who bumps into a witch, so nemo hachi, say the following. You ready? May baskets filled with hot excrement be filled, like torn baskets with hot excrement be put in your mouths, O witches. Yuck. Kerech karchaichi, may your hair become bald. Parch parchaichi, may your breadcrumbs fly away. Ibdur tavlunaichi, and may your spices be scattered. Parcha zika limorika chadata denikitisu nashim kashvanios, and may a wind go and blow away this fresh saffron that you have, O witch people. Adichanani v'chananchi lo asisu lego. When I had mercy on myself and you had mercy on me, so we managed to keep our separate paths. Hashta dasisu lego, karchanani v'chananchi. And now that we are interacting, clearly I have let down my own guard, and you have stopped having mercy on me. I am in trouble. But as long as he says this thing about the hot excrement and stuff, he should be okay. In Eretz Yisrael, they weren't really so makpid on this whole stuff. Rav Dimi ben Arda kapir afilu arush min dechavisa. Now Rav Dimi ben Arda, on the other hand, he was so makpid about this zugas thing that even if he had like a barrel of wine and he had to make marks on the barrel to know how much wine is in the barrel, so he would only use odd numbers. One time he let down his guard and there was an even number of etchings on the barrel, and sure enough the barrel split and broke and exploded. Very, very interesting thing that the Gemara says, which is, says, you know what the general rule is? If you're makbid, they're makbid. If you're not makbid, they're not so makbid. But nonetheless, you should still not just ignore it, but lemaise, it sounds like it's a shtickle in your head. If you are makbid on the whole pairs thing, so then it's going to be more of a thing. If you don't really think about it too much, it's not really going to be such a thing. But the Gemara says, nonetheless, don't just like ignore it completely, but it's not as crazy as it's been worked up to be. Let's go weiter in Shas. Ki asur Rav Dimi Omar, when Rav Dimi came from Eretz Yisrael to Bavel, he said, Shtei beitzim v'shtei agozin shtei kishun v'davar achar alach l'Moshe miSinai. That's interesting. That 2 eggs, pairs of eggs, 2 nuts, 2 gourds, and some other vegetable, davar achar, some other vegetable. Halach l'Moshe miSinai. Taka, it's halach l'Moshe miSinai that they damage. That's very interesting. It's a midoraisa. Now the rabbis don't know what this other thing is, what this other vegetable is. And therefore the rabbis made a gezerah by all of the pairs, since they don't know which this other vegetable is. Now when we say that 10, 8, 6, 4, you don't have to be concerned about zugas, as we said earlier. That, however, is only regarding the demons. But magic, if somebody like puts a spell on you, so then afilu tuva nami chashinun, so then even if it's a lot of cups or whatever, or vegetables, whatever it might be, you still have to be concerned about spells, if somebody puts a spell on you. For example, as will be demonstrated in the following story, that there was a man, Digarsha the Dvisu, who divorced his wife. And then she went ahead and married a storekeeper. And then this ex-husband every day would go to the store where the storekeeper was married to his ex-wife. Avda Lake Shafim. Alright, and he would go there every day to drink wine. And then his ex-wife would always put spells on him. Veloka Mahanyala Bay, but the spells were ineffective. Mishum Mizdar Benafshe Bezuga, because this fellow was always very careful to make sure that he would drink an odd number of cups of wine. Yom Echad Ishti Tuva V'Laviyada Kamashasi. And one day, however, on one fateful day, he drank a lot of wine, and he didn't know how much he drank. Ad Shitzer Avatzayil, so up until his 16th cup of wine, he still was able to count, but after that, things got fuzzy, foggy, rather groggy. Vizdar ben Afshe, and he was careful up until 16. Mikan ve'elach lo Avatzayil v'lo Vizdar ben Afshe, but after 16 already, not so poshut, and he let down his guard, or he was unable to keep up his guard, afikte bezuze, and faithfully he left the store bezuga after drinking an even number of glasses of wine, unfortunately. Kiava ozil, and then while he was kind of staggering home, Gos be'awutaya, a certain Arab encountered him. Omerle, and this Arab said, Gavra Katila hu to Azilacha. This Arab said out loud, oh my gosh, there's a dead man walking. Azil Chabke Ledikla, and this fellow, this drunk, staggering fellow, hug the tree, tzavach diklo fakahu, and then the tree shriveled up, and what, he exploded or the tree exploded? Somebody exploded. V'adeko yavish mikoch akshafim. Yeah, I can't. Yeah. Who do you think exploded, the tree or the fellow? What do you guys think? Yavish adeko. I don't know. Ufakahu. It says that he exploded. All right. Sorry, guy. Amr of Avira says Avira kairos v'chikaros ein boin mishum zuges. Cooked dishes and loaves of bread, you don't have to worry about even numbers. Klala demilsa, the rule is kol shegmaru bidei adam ein boin mishum zuges. If something was completed in the hands of man, you don't have to worry about pairs. So ki'ilu, bread was baked by man, or pashit. What else we got, Darton? Some kind of cooked dishes. You don't have to worry about zugis. But if it's pashit, you take like a vegetable from the ground or something that was completed by heaven, it just is the way it is, so you have to worry about zugis. In a store, you don't have to worry about zugis because, and even though, as Rashbam points out, what about the story we just had with the fellow and his ex-wife in the store? That was witchcraft. So don't worry. Remember, spells are different than demons. So we're saying in the store you don't have to worry about demons, but you do have to worry about spells. Nimlach ein boin mishum zugis. If you changed your mind, if you're only going to have one cup and then you said, oh wait, I want another one, so you don't have to worry about zugis. Oreach ein bo mishum zugis. A guest doesn't have to worry about zugis because he doesn't know what to expect. Maybe he'll have more, maybe he won't. So everything's kilu shtickle chiddush. So you don't have to worry about zugis. Ish ein bo mishum zugis. A woman doesn't have to worry about zugis. Rashi says kilu, if you're gonna have, Rashbam says kilu, if she's gonna drink wine, the assumption was that she didn't drink so much wine. So each one was kilu. They're not mitzvah. Ve'ishcha chashuva chashinun. But if she's a very important woman, so then you do have to worry about zugis. Amr of Chinana Brei, to Rabbi Yoshua, Ispargus mitzvah for the tova mitzvah for the raw. This asparagus drink that we learned, I think in Masech the Brachas, that it's good to drink it when you wake up in the morning. So it's mitzvah for good, not for bad. Kilu, kind of like we learned earlier with the 3 and 5 and 7, that asparagus could be like your third. Kilu can make like an odd number to fix things, but it doesn't join together with the next one to make it an even number. Ravina says in the name of Rava that what if you drank asparagus and you don't remember how many cups you had? So some say, one opinion is that l'chumra, kilu, so drink another one. The other one is to say l'kula, says just leave it there, don't, just whatever it is. But again, asparagus doesn't really tip the scales in any way. It's only going to be mitzvah for good, not for bad. Amr of Yosef says, if Yosef trade the chamra, v'chad the shichra lo mitzvah. So the assumption is that wine is like more stringent, and this is going to be relevant in a second, but wine kilu is on like a higher level than beer. So we're saying, trade the chamra v'chad the shichra. So if you have 2 glasses of wine, so that's a problem because it's pairs. What if now you drink 1 glass of beer? Will that be enough to make it an odd number? So we say no, lo mitzvah, if it doesn't join together, because beer is like not as on high of a level as wine. But trade the shichra v'chad the chamra mitzvah. But if you drink 2 glasses of beer and you want to make it odd by drinking a glass of wine, well, since wine is more stringent than beer, so it could join together. V'simonech, and if you want to like remember which one is which, well, zeh haklal kol mechuber lo min hachomer mimenu tamei min hakam mimenu tor. Just think about Masechta Kelim when you're trying to figure out sizes for things that are considered large enough to be Makabel Tumah. So if you have, what do we say? So kilu, if you have certain things that like you would need 5 tefachim of it in order for it to be tamei, but then you have some other material that you need 6 tefachim of it, so the thing that you need less of, kilu, the 5 tefachim, would be more stringent than the thing that you need the 6 tefachim of. So like, let's say you have 5 tefachim of the thing that you need 6 tefachim of, so you don't have the shear yet, but then you add to it 1 tefach of the thing that you only need the 5 tefachim of, which is kilu more stringent, so then it will join together to make the shear of 6 tefachim. The point is, I have a feeling like it's probably easier to remember the wine and the beer than to remember the Masech, the Kalim, Tumah, and Tara stuff. But Akoponim, what do you want me to tell you? The point is that things that are more stringent can join together with things that are less stringent, but things that are less stringent wouldn't join together with things that are more stringent. Let's go weiter in Shas. Omer Rav Nachman, Omer Rav Trei Kamitaka V'chad Ataka Mitztarfe. If you have 2 glasses of wine before the meal and then 1 glass of wine during the meal, they'll join together. Chad Mikamitaka. But if you have 1 glass of wine before the meal, V'trei Ataka, then during the meal you have 2 glasses of wine, lo mitztarfen, they won't join together. Maskefla Rav Misharsha asked the kasha to anul takuni taka kaba. What are we coming to fix the table? The takuni gavrba v'gavra komisakin v'koi. We want to fix the guy, and the guy, he drank an odd number of glasses. Leave him alone. But everyone nonetheless agrees that if you have 2 glasses of wine during the meal, and then after the meal, they moved away the tables. Remember, they would lean on couches with small tables. If they already moved away the tables, so then the wine that you drink after they remove the table does not join with the wine that you drank during the meal when you had the table. So if you had 2 glasses of wine during the meal, and then a third after they remove the table, they won't join together. So be careful. Like the story of Rabba, that he davka asked him to bring back the table so that they could drink another glass of wine and be mitzdarif, because after the table wouldn't be mitzdarif. So, what do you guys have to say? What do you think about Daf Kuf Yud? I don't know. What do you want me to tell you? Have a great day. Peace out.